Mashiyane, politically correct. I've never been so embarrassed. I've never been so embarrassed as a South African. Listening to Ramaphosa sitting there and willingly, they say cap in hand, begging for Donald Trump to give him an ear to speak. Well, they've got a separate meeting and stuff, but this was just embarrassing. I just want you guys to let's talk about it, man. Let's comment. Let's speak. It's so embarrassing, but my takeaways are number one. What Donald Trump has managed to do is he's a school principal. He calls everyone, come and I want to hear your case. And the white prefects would be your Retief Hussein. By the way, did you hear the accent? Did you hear the accent? Retief Hussein was speaking with an accent, and I'm like, this Limpopo guy, he calls water. Because, they've been living in the States for a long time. The Big Easy there, they gave him a chance to speak. And all of them, they told a similar line. That is the mayor of Graaff-Reinet there who spoke. They call him Rupert. He spoke there representing his race. Same line they gave Retief Hussein. I think Retief Hussein was even, he was just shy. He wouldn't want to speak. Trump said, go ahead and speak. And when he spoke, you could understand that he had a mandate to speak. He says they live in a fenced house in Polokwane, electric fence place in Polokwane because of the crime and stuff. The saddest thing is they think all of this thing, the person who should be blamed here is African people. They take no accountability for whatever they've done. They say we are the reasons everything is like that. He says about Malema, by the way, so as I stand now, I just spoke earlier to Mzwane Lemanyi, who said, because I wanted to say, I spoke to Mzwane Lemanyi in Soweto, and he said Trump is going to tell Ramaphosa that he was kissing his ass. And he said, this is another opportunity to sell us out more. And of course, when Rupert identified deliberately Ozi there, Comrade Lamola, to say Julius was like this one, but you can see now he has changed. It reminded me of the Gupta allegations that these people are appointed. They say, okay, you can take this one. I've spoken to this one. Take this one. Man, I've never been so embarrassed. It's so embarrassing, man. Take away all the things that you want. The Starlink, he says, I have my own drone that I donated because of crime. And, Donald Trump sitting there like all these school principal, the prefects are running around like they're making fools out of themselves. I've been so embarrassed. Ramaphosa has embarrassed me a great deal. I wasn't looking forward to this. I didn't even think I would listen to this thing, but it trended so much, and I thought, let me just give an eye. Sure, I was so embarrassed. I don't think there's any African person who loves himself, who saw this, who wouldn't be embarrassed. We are running to the colonizers. And someone will say, I don't know, it's the British who colonized us. No, it's the whole of the West colonized us. Now, we are running back to them to say, guys, please, colonizer, there's no water. Colonizer, there's no... this allegation that this man, who did they call? The Skynet guy, man. Elon Musk has been sidelined. Because he's been sidelined, now he wants to come in through this thing. So the rebel routers, they created this storm. Tsepo Moletsane with immediate elections, a lot of people will agree with you, Tsepo, because, man, the embarrassment. When they were sitting there, they were discussing Julius Malema, and everyone was speaking bad about Julius Malema. Stronger Together was buried in that office today. Elon Musk and Starlink can fog off. Man, this Stronger Together thing, I've been telling you, Julius Malema has been telling you, Stronger Together, my foot. We are not stronger together. We went there. The white people told their line. You know what? And I know I'm haphazard. This is just an emotional regurgitation of what I just saw. And I didn't see enough. And I don't think I want to see enough. I mean, embarrassment. Demand Viva Traore, Viva Malema. It's honestly now. You can see how begging these people to, you see now that they're tampering with my lights now. This thing of begging people, it's not going to help. Ramaphosa requested that we've got a labor who leads labor, 2 million of us. Let me just fix the lights, please. Just hold on. Before we suspect other people of tampering with us. So my embarrassment is when they said a comrade must speak because she represents 2 million voters, 2 million employees. And she was all over. She was so there's no point. So we as African people, when we were sitting there, I saw Nchabeni, I saw Comrade Ozi there sitting there. Man, this is embarrassing. I don't even know where to start. I'm probably going to take notes and come back with you guys. I'm so embarrassed, man. This has been one of them. I don't know, man. Joe Slovo said colonization is of a special type. And I sit there. You know how they are laughing at us. The rest of Africa is laughing at us now. Guys, this is so embarrassing. No one was embarrassed like me, I swear. No patriots, including SA Media. They buried our dignity. Guys, Pumzile, Tsepo, B, when we were very embarrassed. This is one of those low moments in our history. This will be recorded this should be studied in universities. When you go to UNISA, I hope professors Bis Nokwan, you must make studies about this. People who are studying media studies, people who are doing international relations, people who are doing thesis on how to do international relations, geopolitics. Everyone must sit here and think. Sure. They said they saw Julius Malema being impaled on a mast. The lynching of African people in the US by those people wearing the white hats that they call the KKK. And now I'm talking about their language that they hate because they're gonna do this thing to this thing. Hey, let's just show you I'm not even free to speak freely about, my heart bled. So they ganged up against Julius Malema. Their strategy was to isolate Julius Malema for singing a song. I was expecting some of them to say, no. Our constitution protected him. They said he's fine. He's doing it because the constitution said so. Rupert speaks over the president's head. Lamola is sitting there smiling. Hey, Wanabi, he petted Malema. He petted Lamola, saying, you see, this one used to be with Julius Malema when I met him, but now he's good. Victor Shongwe. Yo, brother. We aren't laughing at SA. As Africans, we are all in together. Just as we are proud of Traore and Malema, we too are embarrassed by the SA president, One Africa. Petrika, Guys, I don't know what to say, man. My blood was boiling sitting there thinking, why didn't Javin go there looking like kids? No, Ramaphosa loves Javin. And she's vendor. She's just good, and that he loves it the same way he loved who's this one, Digo. I mean, Digo was replaced by Nchabin, so he loves them. I don't even know. Obi Bijani says sell out. When you are in power, your posture must show. No one speak. You know, when B, you're correct. You know, I even took a picture of Ramaphosa sitting there, raising his hand because he wanted to come in and speak. Noel Manyundi, this is heartbreaking indeed. There's another budget speech going on in the US. Of course. Yeah, man, don't feel sick, Tep. Don't feel sick. Our president is doing this for the poor people of South Africa because he doesn't need to do that except for the poor citizen. Mark, I don't know, man. You see, the difference between, and I'm assuming that you are not African like us. We Africans are very proud people. We can't go to someone who colonized us and go and beg. We do not do that as Africans. And this is why we are embarrassed. We're not saying we must have equal. It must be a bilateral, not a single-handed thing. Mark says our president is doing this except for the poor citizens. Chabalala, embarrassing is an understatement, Meauti. I mean, why? Why is the president always leaning like a stooge? He is nauseating. This has spoiled my whole birthday. Askies be man. Happy birthday. John talk about EFF and MKP. Guys, so you know, to think that I spoke to Jimmy Manya about this. Jimmy Manya said this, and I quote him. He said, "Let me play you what Jimmy Manya said." I'm just gonna play you, and I actually sent this to Manya today. Once again, just to remind me. So I'm going to show you what I said. I sent to Jimmy Man. So this was said to Jimmy Man.
In Trump's space, and Trump will be going around saying he kissed my ass, which is what he's been saying to the others that are going to do what Ramaphosa is applying to do. That's what he wants to do. So we don't take Ramaphosa seriously, and we don't even value that meeting because for us, Trump, with all what he's doing, the important thing is that it's an opportunity for us to side properly with the BRICS countries. So Trump is that opportunity. So this Ramaphosa meeting is delaying the BRICS agenda. Let Trump do whatever he wants to do. He's got the right to do that. Let him do whatever he wants to do. But that must be an opportunity to strengthen our ties with China, strengthen our ties with Russia, strengthen our ties with India, with Brazil, so that we can de-dollarize the economy. We want to do that and all that. But if we have a Ramaphosa who thinks that we can't move without America, then we have a problem.
So he said this is going to be very bad. He's going to embarrass us and he's going to sell us. The opportunity that he gets there, he's going to sell us more. Ramaphosa is not my president in Kantla. Hey, he's our president. I'm telling you, how Sheng, he's our president. Even if you don't like what he did, he remains our president. President Ramaphosa can just lend a thing or two to President Trump, Putin. That was a power play, and I think it is oblivious to all of these things. I'm not going to read what Mac says. Mac, I don't think Mac is with us. He just wants to come here and create a controversy. He doesn't relate to what we do. We are Pan-Africanists here. And the thing that we say, I mean, why can't BRICS indeed of this treatment? Rama tried to save the day. Okay, let me continue because if I read the comments, I'll get derailed. They are coming more and more. But so what I want to say is, he says, because this is the part I was lamenting on in previous videos, that I don't even understand our foreign policy. I don't know where we stand with Traore, for example. For example, they keep telling us that they are members of BRICS and they are BRICS founding members and they love BRICS and they want to de-dollarize the economy. They want to, but is the ANC speaking? Is the president of the country speaking? What is it that we're doing? Because I'm being honest with you. I'm very lost. So MK says, because Manu was speaking on behalf of MK as the chief whip in parliament. He says they are delaying the meeting they should be having with BRICS to take a stance, a BRICS stance to say this is what we're going to do. If the case is that BRICS has not well invested in South Africa, so we cannot let go of these ones, then don't blame us for being ignorant, because we do not know. I'm not sitting here regurgitating all this anger from how I was embarrassed as an African man, seeing my president, someone who wants to be seen representing the interest of Africa because it's the biggest economy in Africa, going there. Pomkonto says, Zuma said, Nzazukala. Guys, this is sad, guys. This is very embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. I don't have words, man. ANC speaking backwards. Tapelo, kere are ANC speaking as well. I'm really feeling very sick today. Askis Tepo and BRICS. I honestly don't know, guys, what needs to happen now. So if I unpack it up, if I have to unpack it without writing notes and everything, I'll have to say, number one, there were permutations of what is our strategy going there. Are we going to put this issue forward? Are we going to go into that principal office begging for our mercy, trying to explain to him that no, we are not like those ones. Those ones are jumping fences. Now we are good boys. I don't think we were watching the same thing. Even Damas, we're watching the same thing. We're watching Ramaphosa embarrassing us. The whole sitting, the whole meeting. So what is this? Let me give an example. So if you are a marshal you are a captain, you say, Retief, what is it that you are going to speak with us when you face him? And Retief says, this is what I'm going to say. He said, Retief Hussein, that is not the stance of government of South Africa. It's fine, you can say that in your personal space. But for this mission that we are at, this is the picture we want to project. If you cannot speak in line with what we are doing, then find another space. Come, the big easy, come. Let's hear what you say. I'm gonna tell him that because the big easy said he doesn't think it's a good thing to do reverse racism, to do wrong on another wrong. So what he means is they still believe that affirmative action, according to them, affirmative action is wrong. For them, it doesn't wrong. PE is wrong, according to them. So they don't want any of that. So they want standing to come and stuff. So Ramaphosa should have said, I'm screening you. If this is the line you're going to project there, you can go and do it alone. I'm not going to stop you. But the people who are going to be in my contingent, who are going to speak on behalf of South Africa to Trump, must follow this line. Are you in or are you out? If they are out, check them out. The reason we're embarrassed, for those who do not know, is because the allegation has always been there that white monopoly capital in Stellenbosch is controlling whoever becomes the president. And the best way it was seen today, because, he was sitting there monitoring what everyone was saying. So embarrassing. So embarrassing. any else. Retief Husen comes from Limpopo in Polokwane. He American accent there, like taking us to the cleaners, all bad things. I mean, Rupert, the mayor of Grafrenet there, it's not Grafrenet, man, yeah, it's Grafrenet. Johnny Mutlala must tell me what is the new name of Grafrenet. Grafrenet ke Sobuko. So all of these things, I don't care about the economy. And someone will say, Amashani, you must care about the economy. I'm an African first, and I've got pride. I would not like to go anywhere and be undressed like that. And you want to tell me that that was done for our interest, to embarrass us at our interest. Anyone approaching a farm better be the red color. Starlink is here. Sure. Tabisile Lishoro, hi. Fighter Fox, hi as well. Newcomland, I see you retracted your message. Retief Husen repeat, Rupert Elon, Clement, any else, and Ramaphosa, puke. They didn't speak on behalf of South African classes. I can't wait for the ANC to call SG Mbalula reply. Starlink will take over Huawei. 21 May official marks the death of ANC Ramaphosa and Rupert Tepomletsana. They used Malema as a scapegoat. Yes, Nico, you are correct, man. You know, they put Malema there on the pedestal. They chopped him into pieces. You know, I felt so bad, man. They used him as a bargaining tool to say, you see this one. What hurts me the most, that's why I'm saying I was expecting other Africans to protect him. Ramaphosa, by the way, just a historical fact. Ramaphosa, and I know MK, every time I say this, they get angry. Ramaphosa is the executioner that Zuma used to get rid of Malema at ANC. So it is like a full cycle when Trump was criticizing Juju there and Ramaphosa sitting there to say, in his mind, of course, I dealt with him, but maybe I did not finish the job. And Trump insinuating that, okay, you see, if he does that here, we would have arrested him. He would have quickly went to jail. And remember, when Juju spoke about how they are, even if they take him down. Can you imagine if as we speak, drones are surrounding Julius Malema's complex? Because we are so divided as South African people, other people will even celebrate. The same way they don't care about Traore. They will be happy if Julius Malema is taken out. Because that's how divided we are. And like I said about Traore, the most embarrassing thing is if they do it, we're not going to take the word for them. We are going to ban our townships. We're going to do a July unrest. We're going to ban our stuff in South Africa. We're going to make it ungovernable. We're going to ban our libraries, our schools. School is not going to proceed and stuff. Of course, we are angry, but we are playing right into their hands because what they want is us to be chaotic. Dear ANC members, I'm still waiting for 49 farm since the farmers went to America. Tapelo, there's a clip that suggests. Let me try to play that clip for you. There's a clip that suggests that none of those guys are actually farmers. Let me see if I find that clip. Here it is. Let's play it.
So, folks, as you may know, a group of Afrikaners, white South Africans, have come over to the United States this week, and it's first load of South Africans to assist and help revitalise the farming industry in the United States, and it's quite controversial, as you know. Well, Donald Trump is very disappointed to find out that this group of people who just came over this week actually have no farming experience. They have no knowledge of farming. None of them actually had farms in South Africa. When they found out that they were actually a collection of security guards, actually part-time rappers, and a guy called Bradley who almost bought a tractor once. So this is obviously a real disappointment, exercise failure for the Trump administration. There was even one gentleman that thought irrigation was a TikTok challenge. Folks, the source for this is the BBN. My name is Nick. Let me know what you think about this in the comments, and I would love you guys to give me a follow.
So, those people we call farmers, it's not even farmers. You understand? So, I mean, my biggest disappointment is how we carried ourselves. We did not have a game plan. No one is going to come into my team when we are going to project anything without being vetted. So we did not vet those fraudulent people going to the US. Even the delegation in our team could not vet them. So it means either number one, Ramaphosa agreed with the viewpoint of the golfers and Rupert. So he agreed with them. Or he was told by Rupert, you must include these people and you must allow them to speak freely. Or was it a condition from Trump who said, if you include these guys, if you come, bring me some championship guys, the guys who won majors. Or he just thought of it, like the delegation that went there. Man, it's so embarrassing, man, guys. I feel so embarrassed, but it's from 4th tracker to 4 seconds. Zanzon, I don't know what you mean. Once a sellout, always a sellout. The deal was done before the kick. I agree. I mean, we anticipated this. We anticipated that this is going to happen. We anticipated that people are going to get there. They're going to embarrass themselves. Jimmy Mani said it. MK said it. MK said they don't take Ramaphosa seriously. I felt bad when they said it. But Jimmy Mani was correct. MK Party was correct. The economic freedom fighter was correct to take this Starlink thing to court. Because as we speak, they're in court now. Rupert is there telling them that he's supplying drones for free. He's donating his drones. Victor Shongwe, GNU must be disbanded by who? No one will be disbanded. Fighter folks, we all embarrassed. It was painful to watch. It was Kao Mahomani. MKP and EFF warned us. We need to unite for the PO to oust the ANC. We have to unite. Let's pack ourselves. Yeah, but I think you're correct. I mean, even if we organize ourselves to do this, I'm not one of those optimistic people in terms of politicians. We're at the mercy of these people. These people are funded by, so it's almost like a queue. I mean, they are queuing to be attended to. They are queuing to be addressed by someone. So if this one falls off, the next one comes in queue, is going to do exactly what the other one did. Nico, as divided as we are destined to lose. How can we ever be united, Nico? Just tell me, how can we be united? We can never be united because MK Party is the biggest hope of 2024. It is the biggest hope, but it didn't get the numbers because people did not vote for it. I'm saying it was the biggest hope, but you know what the problem with the MK picture. It ignored joining a vehicle that was already running a 10-year-old party called EFF. They could have rallied. So it means we will still be divided, because someone will say this vehicle has good intentions, but I mean, this was very embarrassing. Easy, guys. Trump, even though he might be friends with Rupert, but Ramza, what he did, no man can do, because that meeting was not for us to fight there. We showed to listen and hear essay running. Well, Violet, don't get me wrong, and I'm not saying we should go and we should go then fight. I'm not saying that. I just don't like how we appeared. We appeared like school kids. We did exactly what MK said we are going to do. As Africans, say we are telling Ramaphosa that he's going to embarrass us. MK said we are going there. He's going to sell us more. Selling out, let me give an example. It's almost as the gentleman's agreement in South Africa. We're not taking Starlink because we don't trust it. And he's not doing it the way we want. He wants he started offering Starlink as a bargaining tool. It's wrong. We get there, they start talking about crime as if African people are responsible for crime. No, we are not responsible for crime. I know Ramaphosa tried to say the inequalities are the birth of crime. It's because if someone who's fully fed will not go and steal magwinya to eat, the crime we are facing is socially engineered. I'm saying we did bad because we allowed one of our own, Julius Malema, to be castrated in front of the media, in front of the whole world. I mean, I hope you understand where I'm going. This is my biggest disappointment, that we allowed ourselves to do this. I don't want this video to be long. I'll come again and do an assessment if I need to, because I initially wanted to speak about how man, it's sad, man. Maybe I'm going to talk to Jimmy Mani again. Maybe he can explain. Guys. Jacob Palan says, I have the best lecturers, proper land people across SA who could have represented us based on facts. That the hell was happened. Malema was sacrificed. Yeah, man, he was, man. Jacob, he was. It was said, man. I meant Trump. Sorry. Of course, is political. Someone had to be sacrificed. Yeah, someone had to be sacrificed. But why did he have to be Julius Malema? Do you want us to pretend like we hate Julius Malema? Julius Malema is us. We are Julius Malema. You know, this thing of us as African people, whenever we meet people and we make jokes about Julius Malema, we want to be, you see, listen to what that guy said. Rupert said, you see this one, referring to Uzila Mola. You see this one, when I met him, he used to go with that one, or Julius. And now, he's a good boy. Of course, I'm not quoting verbatim. He's a good boy. So meaning that when one of our own is radical, we can go there and sell ourselves. Julius Malema called Uzila Mola as Bekim Tolo. And who's Bekim Tolo? They refer to Bekim Tolo as one of the traitors. No, not Bekim Tolo, man. I always mess up. It's not Bekim Tolo. Whoever it is, but they want to. They were putting Uzila Mola because it was a generational mission among themselves to say economic freedom in our lifetime, and we are going to pursue it in a radical way. Uzila Mola deviated from that, and he's now a GNU, and he doesn't speak that thing. And I understand it's very difficult to speak that radicalism when you are in government. You know, the generational mission was so important, and this is why we are disappointed. I was in Galaga, in 2012 at the Economic Freedom Fighters of ANC Youth League in Galagai State. I was there. I was in Congress. I was in plenary. I was with my friend. We went to, I think, to about 2 commissions, and we understood what these guys were doing. And then of course, they were chopped in the age, and we believed it's possible. But now we know that it's not going to happen. It's sad. What an embarrassing way of ending this. Guys, I want Black Jesus had to be crucified. Romeo, the radical approach of Malema doesn't work. Nico, I understand. I do not fully agree with Julius Malema, but we need more Julius Malemas. And there's a reason why we need Julius Malemas. Do you know what a yes man is? Do you know? I mean, we must have pride as African people. We cannot be beggars in Africa. We cannot cross the Atlantic, go to North America and go and beg for people to come and mine our things. You know, do you know one of the, you guys, what are you saying, man? You are saying we have these things. Traore showed us that if you have these things, then say, okay, stop eating it. I will struggle, but this is what we were believing. 600 companies with 500,000 jobs. So they say Trump said the Saudi leader said 500,000 jobs held by American companies who are around 600. And this is what they said, if they go out of there, they would wipe it out of our economy. And someone will say, oh, Mashan, yes, it's a bread butter issue. No problem. And if you're not as old as me, maybe you don't understand the disappointment. So the disappointment is the ANC of old, they waged the struggle on 4 levels. And one of these 4 levels was international solidarity. They went all over. So they prepared and they released a document called Ready to Govern when they took over 30 years ago, because they had Huteskir Mines, they had, I don't want to explain the history. I just want to tell you why I'm disappointed. So they had 30 years of making sure that these 600 companies of American, as they say, these companies, whether they find competition for them, so when they leave, we don't hemorrhage jobs. You've got 30 years of controlling this thing, but you didn't. This is why I'm disappointed. I'm not disappointed that I want all these people to go. Nikomat and Togozo, my brother, we are being sold. Of course, I mean, just in front of our eyes, these people are just selling us. This is a great betrayal of the 1993 to 1994 Codesa betrayal of blacks again. In 2025, the same Ramaphosa all over again. That's Mudise Mukokwe. And then Kauma Homan say, we the people, where do we go from Hosani? Where do we do from Hosani? Do we lament again, sitting in the comfort of our sofas? Hey, Kauma, there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do. And this is why we cry. Chihande says, today we saw how the real president of South Africa, of course, you are speaking about Rupert. Nilma Union says, in those 30 years, China, India, Russia, Brazil skyrocketed economically. Of course, this is why I'm saying that Mzwanele Manyi says, this meeting with almost said Obama, this meeting with Trump actually delays the meeting we should be having with the BRICS. Guys, is a BRICS a scam? Is BRICS is it not true? Like, what is the transition? What is the plan? Just to have a partner in case something happens, or like, I don't know. And me not knowing is because it hasn't been communicated to me, so I do not know. what is the plan of the African National Congress in protecting South Africa through BRICS? Like, what is the plan? You know, our politicians, when we ask them difficult, okay, it's not difficult question. This question because we do not know. When we ask them, they do not give us full answers. I don't think Ibrahim Traore can bow to Trump like Cyril. Hey, Nkuta, you are correct. I don't think he would. Ramaphosa must be called to step down when he comes back to the country. This man has been embarrassing South Africa so long. That's Nicholas Velikangamanda. As you are not alone. We are all disappointed by this ANC president. Zuma was right all along about this Ramaphosa. Romeo Pedzino Rima. South Africa is the weakest link in BRICS. Romeo, yeah, but we are the weakest link. So what is it that we do? We need to do. Like, I do not know, but what I know is this exercise, you can get the economic mission they could have won. I don't know what did they clinching, what they won, but what I'm saying is they got, okay, let me put this. They got a team together to go and talk to Trump. I don't know, but they could have gotten what they want, what they were begging for. But they have set a precedence of African nations going to beg. Do you remember when our African heads of states were bundled in together in a bus to go to a funeral of an old person, an old lady in Europe? I don't know where you come from, but that's very embarrassing. And people don't understand why it's embarrassing. And let me explain again, because I'll keep it. So you know these jokes on social media, they say the father, your strict father, who's strong, because you give him respect in the house, he's respected. But when he's at work, they even they mistreat him at work. Not really mistreat, but they don't fear him. And they would even put December in his, and he eats like this. The person that in his house, they bring tray to him. That is embarrassing. This is a definition of embarrassment. We are African people. We have got pride. You can't. I respect Ramaphosa as a head of state. And to see him being reduced to that as a head of state, it means all of us are not taken seriously. Again, I'm quoting Malema. He said as MKP, we do not take Cyril Ramaphosa seriously. He's going to embarrass us. Trump is going to say he kissed my ass. So just think about all of that thing, because it was said. Machine politically incorrect. Those who are new here, we try. I don't do lots of lives, but I try to get people in my studio to come and speak about topical issues of South Africa, so we can have a clearer perspective on issues, history, royalty, spirituality, and religion. So if you liked what we have done, and if you're watching until now, just make it our home, just make it your home. So as we continue to each other, let me read the final clips and cut it. Is to colonize black men all over. That's too much. Romeo and Ramaphosa took whites to show Trump I have white friends. This arrangement will never ever work, will ever give room to African business to prosper as long as ANC is in power. Kau Mohammed, is it worth it, PI? It is worth it, PI. Oh no, thank you if it's worth it. Mashiane, you have expressed how most of us feel. Thank you, Neo. The rich look out for the rich. Well, be it. You are not alone, Tabisilo. So this is busy signing deals. So how they are busy signing deals, I don't think Ibrahim Traore can bow down to Trump like that. This I've read, guys. Thank you very much for being here. Let's write those comments on the one that is going to be uploaded. I thought I would do a 15 minutes. but I had to read your comments. Machine politically incorrect. I'm so embarrassed. I mean, that was a humiliation. And so those who still don't understand why we are humiliated, maybe you're not one of us. That's why it doesn't embarrass you, doesn't humiliate you. Thank you. Let me leave it at that.